a superstar in his own right, Gothic Mayhem's Johnny Punch. And he has requested an audience with this Davis Arena crowd.
All right, simmer down now. Simmer down. Obviously, I need no introduction. But who cares about that? I am Johnny Punch!
All technical difficulties.
And let's be honest, people, you do not deserve to see me wrestle tonight. No. No. No.
What do you mean they don't reserve?
You're just gonna have to wait. You can wait till the Six Flags Summer Sizzler Series begins in just 2 weeks on June the 1st. I'm sure you all have your season passes.
If you don't, go pick them up at OVW Live events and all area Kroger stores.
Go to the desk, they'll tell you how to get it. So, I have hired 3 of the baddest men in the arena tonight to take care of my business. 2 of them are the biggest, meanest militia men that you have ever seen.
Militia men, they got a few of those in Oldham County, don't they?
And an Indian.
Not anymore.
A very disgruntled Indian.
As we see right now, making their way to the ring, the army of 2, the Vet, Zeus, and LENNOX Lightfoot.
Right there,
I guess they're an army of 3 this evening.
The one little, 2 little, and then a 3rd little Indian.
I challenge any 3 superstars in the back to come out here and face this team right here tonight.
Well, Johnny Punch laying down the gauntlet for any 3 superstars to come out and face his charge of LENNOX Lightfoot and the army of 2, Zeus, and the Vet.
I hadn't heard a pop like that since X-Pac last walked through a curtain.
Well, who is going to take up the challenge? Well, it looks like the Jaguar himself, Dre BLITZ, and Specs. And emerging from Danny Davis's office is Cornbread.
Cornbread, corn-fed cornbread.
Their opponents, the
now.
team of Cornbread, Specs, and the Jaguar, Dre BLITZ.
Nada. I'm going to ask a silly question.
Sure.
Out of the 6 of these combined, did they sell a ticket?
Well,
Because their supporters are not in the crowd.
Cornbread, I know his young lady's in the house. Is she staring at me or you, Kenny?
Oh, that toilet paper. Who's that? His young lady?
Is she staring at you or me?
Yeah, she's kind of fond of the king, but, you know, I've tried to explain to her that I'm a father figure. That won't stop us from making love, but I'm a father figure.
Never has. Why start now? It's LENNOX Lightfoot in there with Dre BLITZ, the Jaguar.
King does what he can for America's youth.
Well, that's what they say. You see Dre BLITZ.
Been saying that about kings around here for a long time.
You're not lying. You get it honestly, I guess. The Jaguar now is grounded. The Native American LENNOX Lightfoot, Santa Fe, New Mexico native, is LENNOX Lightfoot. He's in there right now with the Jaguar. And from the Serengeti, perhaps.
I don't know where Cornbread's been the last several months, but lifeguard on a beach ain't been one of his jobs.
Well, looks like he's been at the buffet with you.
Nah, from the looks of him, I didn't get to go.
Saw a few meals from the king.
I think he got my helpings. I've lost 38 pounds the last 5 months, not gained it. I think he found it. Found it laying around back in the locker room.
Lennox Lightfoot now going for that chop on Cornbread. Cornbread, though, doesn't appear to be fazed by those knife-edge chops. Tag into the vet. The vet, one half of the army of two.
I tell you what, if he gets in there with Cornbread, there could be a whiteout.
You're not lying.
Look like a blizzard hit or something. Look at that look on Cornbread's face.
I'd rather not.
Thank you. Why ain't he running around with the mobile homers?
And what interest of this in this matchup does Johnny Punch have?
You was talking about that tater tots and cat urine out here earlier.
Yeah. Don't worry, the mobile homers will make their main event presence felt later on this evening.
Cornbread might be the leader of that bunch.
Well, Specs in there right now, as the vet may feel the effects of Specs, as we see Johnny Punch with that cocky strut a little early for the celebratory dancing.
You think?
Well, conspicuous by his absence is the front man, the hitmaker, Platinum Pat Buck.
Pat Buck, from what I've been able to see, has pretty much labored himself as the franchise of that group. And I'm not sure that he ain't convinced he could make it in the singles world. He might have figured out what singles take home in a concert and what a group takes home in a concert and said, hey, what in the heck am I paying these 4 guys for?
Well, maybe you go have a talk with the hitmaker.
The hitmaker and the star maker. How big would that be?
Now Specs has the vet on the ground. The Specs outweighs the vet by at least 20 or 30 pounds.
You don't say that often about Specs, do you?
No, not often.
Is Specs allergic to sunshine too?
I think so. I think he but a tan does not make the wrestler.
I haven't been in a tanning bed in a year, and I would shudder to think that I'm that pale.
I didn't want to tell you.
Quit looking.
Well, oh, and in comes Zeus, the powerhouse of this trio. And he just with a hard right hand grounds Specs and is pulling on the ears. Look at this. What a mean streak there on the part of Zeus. And that's just punishing. That's just punishing. That doesn't pick you up the win. Zeus is just rubbing some salt in the wounds of one Specs. And what do you think of the trio of Lennox Lightfoot and the army of two, Zeus and the vet thus far? Johnny Punch is charged.
Jury's still out right now. Johnny Punch is trying to get his light work taken care of. I understand where he's coming from on this. And holy mackerel, what is that girl doing? Stop that.
Yeah. She's not in a
holy. I see a pole in her future one day and a $1 bill.
She
just got a $1 bill.
That's that white girl rhythm. Just see Lennox Lightfoot.
Gotta love the white girls. Somebody's got to. Ain't gonna be me.
Specs on the ground now, not to that vertical base, attempting to get back to his feet as Lennox Lightfoot has firm control of the wrist. Specs trying to power his way out of it. Specs a power lifter.
Is that what he is?
He is a power lifter.
Where?
He's decorate. And Johnny Punch asking us at the commentary booth, do we like this? And Johnny Punch admonishing me, I'm just out here doing my job, Punch.
That one ain't a guy, too.
Right. And I think maybe Lennox Lightfoot taking over. I think maybe Johnny Punch ought to see Zeus's barber maybe finish that horrible hairdo job that they started.
Might back you up on that.
And the referee's attention taken away, and Specs nailed from behind. 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes remain. And Johnny Punch should keep his mind on the match.
Why has he got to worry about it? He's just on the outside, just
trying to entertain. Why is he even out here?
He's trying to entertain himself. He's not involved in the match. He's watching his hired help do his job for him.
And Specs in dire straits at this point. He's been isolated. He's been in this matchup for far too long, the better part of 5 minutes, and has been decimated thus far by Lightfoot, the vet, and Zeus.